Hello, welcome to Coull Discussions. Today we're going to be talking about Stranger Things. Today it is a Netflix series that is becoming a phenomenon. It's
That's one thing I have to say about Netflix. Every Netflix original that they put out has been pretty decent. Like, I've watched a few of them. I've probably watched, I'm going to say 5, and 4 out of the 5 have been like, oh, I can't wait for the next season.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Stranger Things is among one of them. It has been renewed, and it's been announced that they will be having another season of it, so it's,
good for them. I'm not sure how.
Yeah.
Because of the ending.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to be talking about it.
Yes.
Full spoils
yes,
ahead.
So stop the video right now, watch the seasons, come back to the video. Yeah. Then you can watch.
Binge watch. You got the rest of the day.
That's right. You got the rest of the day. It's early. Get started. Let's go.
But, with how it ends, with 11 basically sacrificing herself to take on the monster of the series.
We warned you. If you kept watching, we warned you. If you didn't hit pause 3 seconds ago, we warned you.
Right off the bat, we tell you how it ends.
We warned you. So don't get mad at us.
Yeah, so, she's gone. The kids are still there. The police officer, the mother, happy endings as far as happy endings can go in a situation like that. But it's, there's a little bit of ambiguity about, whether or not there was something or someone alive at the end because the police officer left.
Yeah, there was kind of there was a little hey, she's still alive because of the
Eggos in a box.
The Eggos in a box at the end of the movie. So I think that's kind of how it leaves it open for the number 2. Now, I see this show as kind of the 2016 X-Files. That's kind of how I related it. When I watched it, the first episode, guys, was very... the first episode was, I think, the worst of them all. If
it's a setup,
don't stop after 1. Keep going.
My suggestion is whenever you watch a new series, watch 2 episodes or 3 episodes
in the first sitting, because then you're going to get a good idea. That's actually
right.
A great idea.
The first episode, they got to set so many things up. They don't necessarily have time to do things. By the second episode, you're going to have a better idea of what's going to be happening. And by the third, if it doesn't change your mind,
get out. Bail.
Yeah, not a big deal. But I watched Stranger Things with my 2 children. Now, this thing has some jump moments, a little bit of creepiness,
but
nothing horrible,
nothing too bad.
I would say it was a PG show. You could watch it with your kids as long as
mature. It's probably a mature show, I would think.
PG-13,
maybe.
Okay.
I don't care. Rated G. I don't give a crap. There's nothing that There's nothing in it that makes me go, oh, well, my kid can't see that.
No, exactly.
There's nothing in there that makes me go.
Yeah, exactly. So, we were watching it, and, what was it, the 3rd episode? They find Billy's body in the quarry. I think that was the 3rd episode.
So, I don't
3rd or 4th. And my oldest is like, no, that can't be Billy. No, he's not dead. He's not dead. He can't be dead. And the emotion in her voice was like, yeah, this is a good show. And you can get somebody to show that much emotion about an imaginary character. You just made a great show.
Overall, it was, like I said, I enjoyed it. It was very good. I thought it flowed well. Flowed well. What am I, a critic?
Well, we are reviewing it, so you have to be a little bit of a critic.
2 thumbs up. They nailed it right on the head. I think it'll be interesting to see where they go with it, what they do for the 2nd season. Hopefully, they can take the momentum that they have and continue it, because it is big. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's like raving about it and stuff like that. That's the bad thing about one of the bad things about Netflix is now.
There's a standard.
You gotta wait a year for the next.
Yeah. Netflix in this regards is because you can binge watch everything. You can pretty much have a season like this is 8.
You can have it done in 2 days.
In a day. You could have it done in a day.
Yeah.
If you start early in the morning, you're done. Not late at night, but you're done at night.
You're done at 6. If you start at 8 in the morning, you're done at 6.
Yep. And completely and totally worth watching. Like. It's set in the 80s. It is 3 kids who lost a friend and their effort to try to find them. Along the way, they meet a girl
who's from like a government
sanctioned
experiment, so to speak, of mind, like altering, telepathy, I guess, and she escaped from it.
She does escape from it after a while, but you have two different viewpoints. You have from the children, the three kids trying to find their friend, with the girl that they find lost in the forest,
and it's the typical. It goes through the typical. The kids figure it out before the adults do, because the kids have more of an open mind. Mm-hmm. When you're a kid, you have the ability to believe and to not dismiss.
You don't have a box that you're thinking in.
Yeah. Your box is bigger.
Yeah, your box is bigger when you're a kid. In your adult life, that box becomes really small and tiny, so it's hard to think outside of it.
Yeah.
When you're a child, you're right. The kids figure it out. They have kid stuff that they deal with, and having to deal with this stuff. Now, this is set in the 80s, so there's no internet, which makes it that much more interesting, because it's not like the friend disappeared and they go, where are you?
Where are you? Find me.
Where are you? They have to look. And, these kids were active kids, riding around on bikes and doing all things like we used to do when we were kids.
Yep.
Now you have the adults, and obviously the adults do what adults do. Kid goes missing, and the parent, is devastated, and then they find the body, and the parent's like, no, that's not my kid. There's no way that's my kid. And the other adults just go, she's crazy.
Yeah.
Done. And as far as they're concerned, that was the end of it. But little things keep creeping in. Your crazy friend who always talks about like aliens and stuff like that. Keep an ear out, because you just never know.
You never know. Yeah.
They could know something that we're not seeing because we're in our little box.
It's so crazy.
And this is what Stranger Things is about. There's this box that people are in, and people start to realize that this box is really small, and there's a bigger one out there. And the kids get there way faster, and it's very, very cool. It's the
kids were there by like episode 5, almost. I think,
and the adults took them until almost 9. Like they
were like, "Oh, you guys are right." Whoops. And it's very interesting to kind of look at that dynamic and see that the children could get there fast, and because of how open-minded the children are, and adults we're so close-minded, and you can see it in society nowadays. A kid can have this vast imagination of everything, and an adult looks at a kid and goes, "Stop doing that.
Yeah,
don't. What are you taught? That's crazy." And you're like, stop for a second and go, that's cool to see that you can have that imagination, because we still have that imagination as adults. We still have it, but we don't. We all sit there and dream, that time we're going to win the lottery or something. If you play the lottery, you thought about it and go, man, I'm going to buy a big pimp house with everything. I'm going to go on vacations. We all think about it, but we don't vocalize it, because we'd be looked at as, you're crazy. Mm-hmm. You're living now. Come on, get your head back in the game. And that shows in this show for sure. They do very well at that.
I think everybody was well casted. The actors played their parts really well.
I heard the kid who played the kidnapped kid,
Billy,
got paid $10,000 an episode.
An episode?
Yeah.
Well, he was only in there like...
Well, he got paid for 4 to 8 episodes or something, guaranteed. Yeah. So, fuck. Wow, that's crazy, eh?
No, it's great, because, in theory, if the kid's parents are smart, that kid has a chance to go to university. Right? It was like, I'm worried about season 2, because
it's gonna be hard to follow up. It's gonna be hard to
a lot of hype. Yeah. On top of that, the kids get older, and it's gonna be harder to because depending on the kid, they might have that growth spurt. In which case, well, how do you explain it? Because they're
gonna have to make a time jump. They're gonna have to make some sort of...
No, and that's the thing, is like, whenever you make time jumps, you can lose a lot, or and then you have to flash back.
Yeah, what are they gonna kidnap another kid and be like, the same thing? And it's like, I don't know, So it'll be interesting to see where they go, but I'm optimistic about it, because Netflix can... It seems like they can put out good quality shows.
The photography, was brilliant. Brilliant. Blah, 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 blah.
Brilliantly.
Yeah, thank you. It was well done.
Like, you look at a series like Orange is the New Black. I don't know if you've watched it.
No.
But I've watched it all. I didn't get into it till they had 3 seasons out or something like that. So I are they on 4 or 5? I don't know.
No, 3. They're only on 3.
Are they only on 3?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, well, 3, whatever. I got into it when the 2 seasons were already out. And I watched them all. And they didn't lose any of that. From going from 1, 2, 3, they didn't lose any of the... They kept the story moving. They kept it going. And it was like, okay. And it all made sense. So, and Narco just came out yesterday.
Oh, season
2 of it just came out. I've watched a couple episodes of that already. So far, so good. So far, I'm like, okay, good. You know, we already know Narco. They've already spoiled it, Netflix. They've already said that Pablo Escobar dies.
Well, doesn't he in real life?
Well, yeah, but they that was like their tag thing. Like, Pablo Escobar dies. We already know that. They said that. They on their Twitter feed, they were like, hey, dies. Now, how does he get there?
Yeah, no, true enough.
Cue the Jeopardy theme here.
I lost where I was going. I'm trying to get it back.
Don't you hate it when you do that? You're like, I got a good thought in that.
Yeah. I was like, I'm being patient, and it's like.
It'll come back to you.
Oh, yeah, probably after we're done.
That's right.
Because I watched it with my kids, it was I think it was a lot more enjoyable watching it with somebody than just watching it by myself. The kids really got into it. We'd watch an episode, and all of a sudden, the episode ends, and be like, shall we watch another one? And they're like, yeah. The really nice thing about Netflix is that they don't fill a lot of their shows with fluff. On TV... especially with the comedy shows, you get the holiday episode, you get the
biggest
episodes.
fluff show right now that I find that I watch is The Walking Dead. It's filled with so much fluff that it's annoying, and it's like there's so many like exactly what you were saying is that all these shows on Netflix are just here's story, here's a story,
boom, bang, bang. And they get to it.
Network television is, here's a story. Fluff. Oh, here's a story. Fluff.
Or a little teaser
fluff.
at the
and
end of a story, and it's like, well, you could have just given me that and the rest of the story.
Yeah, you could have just kept it going.
So,
I think we've talked about it before. We've talked about this scenario before, and I think that because we view things differently, I think the networks are falling behind. I think that they're falling way behind on on how they're giving us their television. We want that ending. We want that finale. We want it to close, and then you start again, not from the beginning, but from a new point.
Yeah.
Like, we want to know, at the end of The Walking Dead, we want to know who got their head bashed in. We would have been fine with it. It would have been cool to know, oh, Daryl got his face bashed in. That's the end.
Okay,
Not.
but personally, I don't mind endings like that because I grew up when TV used to end exactly like
Everything
that.
was cliffhangers.
And the season would end, and you'd have to wait 2 or 3 months. So something like that in The Walking Dead never bothered me. I'm thinking that's good.
It bothers me because of the way that Netflix is and all these streaming services, because they can't cliffhanger it, because you can just watch the next episode. They can cliffhanger at the end of the season.
At the end of the season. But one thing with Netflix is they can give you that cliffhanger, but you're going to watch the next show. So that's kind of
the thing with Netflix is they don't know if this show is going to get picked up. They're going to make another season, so they gotta know if they should wrap it up, and they kind of have to partially wrap it up a little bit.
TV network shows run into that same problem.
But not as much, because you know that.
And not all the time. Is a lot of shows, once they hit that season finale, the networks will go, okay, did it perform well? Should we bring it back?
But with higher, like really good shows, they know, like in the first 3 episodes. Yeah, we'll bring it back.
Exactly. Like, Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we know they're going to be renewed for another season, so
they can
the people can go, okay, you know what, we're going to end it here instead of ending it here, type thing. So, fine. Network TV, they have to do things a certain way. I understand that. As we talked about in headlines, they have to have certain things that are advertiser friendly. You can't just have somebody whip on a shotgun, blow somebody's face off, and cut to a commercial for baby
diapers, Huggies. But that doesn't make sense. Huggies.
Whoa. Well, if he was wearing a Huggies on his head, it might have contained the brain matter.
Exactly. Yeah. I enjoyed Stranger Things as a kid. I really liked it. And, I'm looking forward to it.
I really enjoyed it, actually, and my kids really enjoyed it, and I was glad I was able to watch it with them. It was actually very cool, and just to see them as kids, fully assuming that they were thinking, they associate with the kids, and they're thinking I associate with the adults, and it's like, no, I associate with the kids. The adults are
that's
adults.
When we grew up. This was our life. Not sitting around Dungeons. I didn't play Dungeons and Dragons, but sitting around playing games like that.
Well,
playing
we didn't play. We didn't play with dice on a table. We actually went outside and took hockey sticks and beat each other up that way.
Yeah, we played guns. We went out with toy guns and pretended to shoot each other.
Would take
because it wasn't looked at as crazy.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, your kid's gonna grow up and shoot people in real life. No, my kid is just being a kid.
Yeah, cowboys and Indians.
Well, we used to do that a lot. Cops and robbers.
Yes. We didn't play cowboys and Indians. We played cops and robbers. Actually, for a while there, me and my friends, we used to play 40K for that matter. So it's...
it was very good. I would definitely watch it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
If you haven't seen it,
definitely.
If you have children, show them a trailer for it to see if they might be interested in a little bit of creepy. Because there are creepy moments.
It has
creepy moments.
It's very X-File-ish.
Yes.
It's a very... If you want to compare it to a show, like if you've seen X-Files, you can go X-Files. Is that appropriate for a kid of the age of 10?
For whatever age you have. Each person will have
I'm completely
idea.
different. I would let my 6-year-old watch it. I don't care. Because I'm like, dude, it's just a show. It's not real. This isn't going to really happen.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Hopefully it's not really going to happen.
Hopefully it's not really going to happen. That would be weird.
Yes, it would.
Wow, that would be totally weird.
Yes, it would.
Definitely sit down with your family. As a family, you may watch it.
Good on Netflix. They're doing a wonderful job when it comes to TV, for lack of a better term.
They're doing an amazing job.
They are. They've made some really good choices, and I appreciate what they're doing. Hopefully networks will be able to be allowed to do some of the things that Netflix does, because Netflix Orange is the New Black has a lot of sexuality in it.
A lot,
that I don't think would be...
No, it wouldn't be appropriate on television.
Exactly.
It'd be an HBO. It'd have to be HBO.
Yeah. But Stranger Things, I think you could get away with it on TV. Yeah.
It could be on
and
ABC.
It would be very, very cool.
Every time I watch like a network television show, though, I just kind of go, meh. Unless it's AMC or HBO, because they're allowed to like really go for it and really go out there and show the violence, show the sexuality, and not worry.
Well, I'm trying to think of like regular TV.
I don't watch ABC, NBC. I don't watch.
I'm like CTV Global, and I'm thinking like, what's on there that I watch?
Yeah.
It's like
nothing.
Yeah.
Because Game of Thrones is on HBO,
Yeah.
and Walking Dead is AMC, and all those shows are AMC.
And it's just like the ones that they do have are dramas
that are just no good. I watch them and I go,
come as close to soap operas as possible. It's just like
I feel sometimes if you take like the concept that they put out, sometimes on like a show, like they have this one like about time travel coming out on NBC, right? And I really like the idea of time travel. I think it's a great idea, a great concept, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna check it out. But I go in my back of my brain, I go, God, why couldn't Netflix come out with something like this? Why couldn't you put out an original show with time, like about something like that?
Doctor Who. Doctor Who comes out on BBC, or actually it comes out on Space, like in Canada. But Doctor Who is actually a really good, fun show, and I enjoy really watching it. But unfortunately, I don't know why actually, but it hasn't been on for a year now because of whatever reasons, and it's just like, give me my Doctor Who, damn it. Just in defense of cable, they have done some good shows. Like there was a show Bitten. It was actually pretty good. It was actually really surprised
Yeah.
that it was a show about werewolves, and I've never been a lycanthrope fan. I'm more of a vampire person, but the show is actually pretty good, and well done. Good for you. And it was Canadian. Vikings. If you ever have a chance to watch Vikings, my goodness gracious, watch it. The violence they get away with on cable TV
Isn't it
is
on History?
amazing. It is on History.
Okay.
It is on History, but it's really, really good. Like, it is Game of Thrones caliber. It doesn't have sex. It doesn't have nearly as much violence, but I personally think it ranks right up there because there's so much human nature and politics involved in it that it's like Game of Thrones light, if we really want to look at it. If you
I
had a
think
choice,
the only good thing cable is for is live shows, like live sporting events and stuff like that.
and again, I'm not a sports person.
Yeah.
I don't watch these things.
We have a full episode about cable versus streaming. But just go check it
But
out.
that's exactly where we're going right now. So
Yeah.
check it out in our histories, and you can listen to us on iTunes. Follow us on YouTube. You can hit us up on Facebook for that matter.
Go send this to Netflix.
Thumbs.
Let them know that we love them. Hey Netflix, we're available.
Hey,
to
Bill Nye is getting a show on Netflix.
Wicked. I am checking that out. For
Yeah,
sure.
I know. I'm
because
totally
I love
checking.
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye is awesome.
But Netflix, we're available if you'd like some couple of guys talking
Canadian
about
guys.
couple Canadian guys
content.
talking about the world. Put us in a studio. I'm still coming to work my ball cap though. That's all. That's in my contract. And my hoodie and my shorts. I'm not putting a suit and tie on. It's not me.
No, you can't talk in a suit and tie.
No.
Like, Bill Nye will talk with a bow tie, but like he...
Well, that's his thing.
Yeah,
that's his like persona.
Yep.
But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. We're out. The internet is frozen.
That almost looked kind of like